glad you came today. I'm glad you came today. Hello to everyone. I'm glad you came today. We'll have some fun today. We'll have some fun today. Hello to everyone. We'll have some fun today.
Today we're going to have some fun making these grass heads. But first let's read Green Grass Grew All Around by Harriet Ziefert, illustrated by Emily Bolam. In the yard there was a hole, the prettiest hole that you ever did see. Oh, a hole in the yard, a hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that hole there was a root, oh, the prettiest root that you ever did see. Root in the hole, hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that root there was a tree, oh, the prettiest tree that you ever did see. Tree on the root, root in the hole, hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that tree there was a branch, oh, the prettiest branch that you ever did see. Branch on the tree, tree on the root, root in the hole, hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And on that branch there was a nest, oh, the prettiest nest that you ever did see. Nest on the branch, branch on the tree, tree on the root, root in the hole, hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that nest there was an egg, oh, the prettiest egg you ever did see. And in that egg there was a bird, oh, the prettiest bird that you ever did see. Bird in the egg in the nest, nest on the branch, branch on the tree, tree on the root, root in the hole, hole in the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. For this project, you'll need stockings or a pot, soil or fiber filling, grass seed, water, art supplies, and some type of adhesive like hot glue.
All right, so today I am going to show you several different ways to make grass heads. So this is going to be a lot of fun. The first way is to use an old pair of nylons or hosiery. I didn't have any old ones, so I went actually and had to buy these knee highs, but this is about the right length to do it. And you're gonna need some grass seed. Now my grass seed's usually brown. This is green because it has fertilizer on it, and it's just what we happen to have. And I have some potting soil, and then I have my craft things that I'll do afterwards. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna scrunch up the nylons so that I'm right at the toe. And I'm going to place it down because I'm going to take a tablespoon of grass seeds and I'm going to pour it in there, and I'm going to shake it to make sure it's all the way down at the very end. Now the next part is pretty messy because what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the dirt into the hosiery. So you can either scoop it in with a spoon or a tablespoon, or you can just use your hands. Again, this is the potting soil that we had in the garage. It's nothing special. Now I want to put enough in there so it creates the whole head of my grass head. All right, that's much better. I like that better. So now that I have it filled, I'm going to push the soil down to the bottom of the stocking, and I'm going to twist it like this because I'm going to tie it into a knot so that that soil doesn't fall out of the tights. All right, and there we go. There's his head. So I can shape it a little bit to kind of get it the way I want it. So if you want to put a nose on your grass head, you could glue on a pom-pom if you wanted to, or you can take a bunch of the soil and the hosiery there and take a small rubber band and just do that. So there's his nice nose. All right, so now I am going to glue on some googly eyes. Again, if you want to put pom-poms on, or if you wanted to use buttons for eyes, you could really do it however you like. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a button eye and a googly eye. Now, I have hot glue here at our house, so I'm going to use the hot glue, or you can use a glue that is not water soluble, because what we're going to do is this is going to be wet because we need the water to grow the grass, and if you use like an Elmer's school glue or something, it won't work. So if you have fabric glue at home or something, that would work as well. All right, so now I'm going to glue on, with the hot glue that I have, one googly eye and one button eye. I am going to also put a mouth on him, and I'm just using a pipe cleaner that I cut to a little mouth shape. All right, and there he is, and you can add whatever else you'd like if you want to put glasses on him, or maybe he needs some ears. So this is completed now as far as how I want to decorate it. Now remember, all the grass seeds up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dunk him into the water to let all that soil absorb some water. And again, that's why we want to use non-water soluble glue, because we don't want the glue to dissolve. Now you see, again, you see my water's turning green because of that fertilizer. All right, so now I'm going to put my grass head into this cup. Now this tail acts as the straw, and what's going to happen is the water is going to come up the nylons. So these nylons are a little bit long, so I'm going to cut them. I want to make sure the tail is long enough to reach to the bottom of my glass. So there we go. And I guess I have to make him a little bit, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna pour my water into my cup. And I need to keep checking on him to make sure that he has water. And the other thing you can do is you can use a spray bottle and spritz to keep him moist as well. And in several days, we will have hair growing out of our grass head, and he will need a trim from the barber, which is me. All right, let's check out the second way that we can make a grass head. So Madeline is going to make our second grass head, and she's already scrunched up the hosiery, and she is going to put a tablespoon of the grass seed in there. Big heaping tablespoon of grass in there. Now, at this point, instead of using the dirt to fill up the grass head, she's going to use fiber fill. All right, so as you can see, this fiber fill is what you would find inside of a stuffed animal. You could also use cotton balls if you have them in your medicine chest. This is a really easy way, and it's not quite as messy as the dirt. So go ahead, Maddie, and stuff that in. She's going to stuff it just like she's making a stuffed animal, making sure that she keeps the grass seed at the top. Now she's going to check it, and it doesn't look like that grass head is big enough yet. So she's going to keep putting the fill into it until she's happy with how big her grass head is. All right, Maddie, what do you think? Are you happy with that? All right, Maddie is happy with that. So now she's going to twist the end of the hosiery and tie a knot in it. Okay, so now, Maddie, what are you going to put for the face? Are you going to do a nose with a rubber band like I did, or are you going to put a pom-pom on for a nose or a button?
I'm going to put a pom-pom.
Okay, so Maddie's going to choose her pom-pom and also her eyes. We have buttons over there as well.
Like that.
And also here's your mouth, so you can cut that. So I'm going to give Maddie the hot glue gun, and she's going to be very careful with how she puts it on so she doesn't burn herself. All right, Maddie, do you want to hold it up so you can show everyone your grass head's face there? Come closer this way. There we go. All right, perfect. Now she's going to grab one of the glasses and pour some water into it. That's good. And go ahead and measure your grass head to see how long of a tail you need there, because you're gonna have to cut some of that tail off. So if it's sitting on the top there, we wanna make sure that the tail is in the water. Okay. Okay, so we might wanna make it a little wider. There we go. All right, and then she's gonna spray the top there. Get the grass nice and wet. And she's gonna continue to spray it over the next several days to keep it moist, to make sure that that grass doesn't dry out. And there's the second way to do a grass head. All right, so we have a couple more ways to do. All right, so Meredith is going to help demonstrate how to make the third type of grass head. And for that, we are using eggshells. Now, these are the eggs from our chicken. So remember, they're blue. Our chickens lay blue and green eggs. These are blue eggs. And what we've done is when we cracked open the egg, we were sure to crack open just the top of it. So, and I cut some paper towel holder, paper towel roll, the center of the paper towel. I cut it down so it actually was just a nice way to hold it. Now, if you don't have, these eggs are obviously really delicate, fragile, so that they're difficult to decorate. So you could also use, you know, the plastic eggs that you find at the store to decorate with those. So Meredith has chosen her things, and she's going to hot glue. What we're gonna do is we're gonna decorate these eggs first before we fill them with their grass seed. All right, so now she has her grass heads decorated, so now she has to fill them. So for one of the grass heads, we are going to use that fiber fill again. So remember, you can use the fiber fill that you would use to stuff a stuffed animal, or cotton balls from your medicine chest, and she's just going to stuff that inside of the egg and fill the egg up to almost the top. So she might need just a smidgy more. So she has it filled up about this much, but we are going to put the grass seed directly right on top of that, so we want to make sure. Okay. Now she is going to water that, get it really kind of waterlogged. Okay. And now she's going to take a bunch of grass seed maybe she'll use her fingers to put it on. It might work better. Get it all in there a lot, Meredith Ann. You want to make sure that it has a full head of hair. Oh, that looks good. Okay, and then she is going to water that again with the spray bottle. Get super saturated there. All right, so he is good to go, or she, depending on what Meredith has chosen. And again, we just want to make sure that that stays damp all the time. So you want to, water it continuously throughout the growth period. All right, so the second one, we are going to use dirt. So this one, or the potting soil. So this is going to be a little bit messier. It's a little more difficult to do than just using the fiberfill. But she's going to do the same thing. She's going to fill it almost all the way to the top there. And then she's going to put grass seed in. Oh, that looks good. And she's going to water it. All right, and both of her grass heads are ready to grow. Very exciting. All right, so for our final grass heads, we are just going to use a pot. Now, this is a peat pot, and this is meant to be planted directly in the ground because it will decompose. It's compostable. So we can use that if you have a little terracotta pot, or you can even use a little jar. So I have this jar. So you see this jar is filled with fiberfill. Again, it makes a really good surface to put the grass seeds on, so that is all good. And then this one I'll put dirt in, but as you can see, there's a big hole in the bottom of it. So I'm actually gonna plug the hole with a little bit of the fiberfill before I put the dirt in. So then that means that I can't plant it directly in the ground because that fiberfill will not decompose. So I'm gonna pour some dirt in here. All right, so both of those. Now, I should have decorated these first because now that I have it filled, anytime I go to tip it or move it, you see all the dirt's gonna come out. So if you wanna decorate this and make a face on it, I think I'll just draw a face at this point. So I will draw some eyes. And a nose. Big red smile. Maybe I'll give him eyebrows. All right, so he's ready to have his grass seed planted in him. And again, I'm going to generously put grass seed on the top of him, so it's totally covered. And then, I can spray it down, or I can use a watering can to water this because we want to make sure that we get the soil really damp inside. So I'm going to pour that on there, and then he is ready to go as well. And then my final grass head here. I'm going to spread the grass seed out. I'm actually going to grab, can you get me a little more grass seed, Meredith Ann? Thank you, that's good. All right, so we're gonna make sure that this guy's totally covered. And I will pour water in this one so you can see. Now with these, you could put plastic wrap over the top of them and create a little greenhouse effect there with that, and putting it in a sunny windowsill. With the other grass heads, that's more difficult to do because they are the stocking heads. So you could put, you know, a big glass bowl over it if you had one. It's warm enough now that if these sit in the windowsill, I think that they'll be fine. And then we have our little egg heads. So you can see we have all sorts of different ways to make grass heads, and then when the grass starts growing, it'll be super fun to cut. All right, so I'm here to do a grass head review. It has been 4 days since I planted my grass heads, and we are doing most successful grass heads to least successful grass heads. So my review is, first of all, do not cheap out on grass seed and buy a grass seed that is pre-fertilized, because the green stains everything. Now, my family has no idea why this turned blue, because it definitely started out as green, but who knows? Anyway, this is our most successful grass head, although we did not put a face on him or her. We have the most growth. So this is cotton batting with just the water and then the grass seed on top. So we're gonna give that a 2 thumbs up. The second one is my grass head with soil and grass seed in it. And again, you can see his head is stained because of all of the fertilizer. But he's still smiling, so he must be really happy. This guy has like a little bit of stubble starting here. So I'm gonna say that he was the second most successful in the situation. Now, coming in third place is the egg with soil and grass seed on it, and it's starting to do really well. Again, super stained. All right, next we kind of have the losers. This one was the cotton batting inside of the hosiery. Now, Maddie's grass seed fell all the way behind her grass seed head, so we are getting some back of the head growth there, and it may continue to do really well, but as far as a quick starter, this one is coming in 4th place. In 5th place was the egg head that had cotton batting in it, and actually really polyester fiber fill in it, and the grass seed on top. So you can see it didn't do very well. And then coming in dead last is my poor peat pot grass head. And the reasons for this is because I think I probably needed to put some plastic over it to create a little greenhouse, some heat, and retain the moisture. And he dried out too quickly. So if you had a different pot like we had with this situation that retained the water, I think that he probably would have done better. And quite frankly, this guy and just a pot or a ball jar are the most certainly the easiest grass heads for you guys to make. And then this guy is just kind of silly. So if you have hosiery, you might want to give him a try, and everyone always has eggs. So, all right, my friends, there's the review. I hope that you guys make your grass heads, and I would love to see how they come out.
Windblown by Edward Manseau. One tiny scrap of paper. Look, there's another. And now there are 3. And now there are even more. Where did they all come from? Whose are they? They're mine, said the chicken. I saw them lying around. No, they're mine, replied the fish. I'm the one who cut the paper into pieces that the chicken saw lying around. No, no, they're mine, chirped the bird. I'm the one who made the paper that the fish cut into pieces that the chicken saw lying around. No, no, they're mine, whispered the snail. I'm the one who shaped the wood that the bird made into paper, that the fish cut into pieces, that the chicken saw lying around. No, 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 they're mine, croaked the frog. I'm the one who found the tree, shaped by the snail, that the bird made into paper, that the fish cut into pieces, that the chicken saw lying around. Shh, said the wind. I blew and blew as hard as I might. I toppled the tree found by the frog, shaped by the snail, that the bird made into paper, that the fish cut into pieces, that the chicken saw lying around, and I'll blow and blow as hard as I can until all the tiny scraps are high in the air. And with one last gust, I'll blow them over to you. They're yours now. What will you do?
Don't fall. Okay, good. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink your eye. It's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yeehaw!